Well, we're here again. It's another pleasant looking sky, largely clear, certainly at the moment. Not sure whether it's forecasted to cloud up later on, but at the moment it looks like the clear sky might win. But it is very mild tonight, and that annoying breeze that kept getting the other night is absent, at least for the moment. I'm hoping for a decent migrant moth tonight. There's been one or two turn up locally in the last couple of nights, and nationally lots of migrants, mainly of course in southern counties, but we should get a better list of moths than we did 2 nights ago. So the trap is set, the generator's running, and I'm here just once again just outside Lound Wood. Let's hope it's a decent night. It's a decent sky, certainly. Well, the first moths have arrived, and it's a count so far, 4 November moth and a single angle shades, which didn't have the other night. It should be more of the same as the other night, but I think we might get a few more species tonight. I certainly hope so. It'd be nice to see Merveille de Jour. That would be a nice colourful moth. That's the moth that probably most people trap this time of year to get when you're in London, in a landlocked county anyway. It's absolutely stunning moth. I've showed it before on this channel. It would have been about this time last year, but it'd be nice to get one of those. But we'll see what turns up. It is lovely and mild though, and there is occasionally there's a bit of a light breeze, but it's nothing like it was the other night. It's very, very pleasant conditions to trap in. Well, it's quiet so far. We're just heading towards an hour, and not that many moths actually. There doesn't seem to be a great deal flying, but it's early days. Stuff will come in, I'm sure of that. A couple of new bits or different species to what I had the other night. There's a feathered thorn just dropped in. Once that settles down, I'll hopefully show you that. Also, apart from the angle shades I mentioned earlier, there's been a large yellow underwing in. There's another Diurnia fagella, so that's nice to get 2 of them in quick succession. Otherwise it's run-of-the-mill stuff. A couple of chestnuts in since I last did an update, but it's very mild, lovely. Now here's that feathered thorn. It's took a while to settle down, but these are beautiful moths. The general sort of brick red coloration of feather thorns makes them quite easily identifiable, even when they've not settled and just coming into light. They have that typical thorn shape, but this species rests with its wings flatter to the surface than all the other thorns, at least the ones that are coming to my mind at the moment. This is a late autumn species, one that will fly obviously late in the year. It will occur in gardens. I have had this moth at home on a couple of occasions if I remember right, but it has, as you may well be able to see, beautifully feathered antennae in the males, but it's a lovely moth. Just while this is here, because it's warming up, this is a satellite, so called I'm presuming because it's got on the forewings, it has a larger white dot. Either side of that are 2 smaller dots, almost like a planet and 2 moons. This is a moth that showed early in the year when we trapped at Sherwood Forest, and it's a common moth in woodland, moth that you'll trap not so much in autumn, but they will feed up before hibernating, passing the winter as adults. This is a nice one. It's a nice dark, very fresh individual. and I do like the white dotted form. So that's a satellite. It's a nice chunky noctuid. I almost got excited for a minute by the small moth that's in here, triangular in shape, which always immediately suggests pyrrhid, and that's exactly what it is, but it's not one of the hoped for rarities. It is a really nice moth though, and this is Hypsipygia costalis, sometimes called gold triangle. They have a habit of not settling very good, so what I'll do, I'll put a picture in here and so you'll be able to see what it's like. The picture that I'll put in will be the form, or the colour form that this one is, because they can be almost black. The markings stay exactly the same, it's just the general ground colour of the wings. It's a lovely little moth. I just wish he was a little bit rarer. Well, it continues in the very quiet vein. I thought it would be far busier than this. We're approaching 2 hours of being here, so there's still plenty of time yet, but I'm pondering whether to split a couple of hours here and have a couple of hours at home. But I don't know. I might just put the trap on anyway when I get home, but I want to give it a bit longer yet. We'll see how many moths come in. There's not been a terrific number of additions to Blastobasis. Hadostella has turned up, and a couple more November moths. That's about it. Very quiet. I'm surprised. There's just a little bit of breeze occasionally, but it's nowhere near as breezy or as frequently breezy as it was last night. But let's hope some more noctuids start to come in once they're fed and maybe mated. But we'll see what the next half hour or so brings. Well, it's been rather disappointing really. What I might do is I may well pack up now. It's just coming up to 9:45, so 20:45 hours. What I might do, I may well see what conditions are like at home, see how many moths I see on the way home. I might run the light for a couple of hours. You never know, something could turn up at home. But here on the outskirts of Lound, there's very little at all. That's the moth that you can see, or the two moths that you can see whirling around the light a bit now are the satellite, which is still here, and one of the November moths. So I think that's it for tonight, at least here. Time to pack up.